I don't get how drivers let that happen. All right. All right, so welcome to Moto 2 of Tysonburg SX Round 2 of Season 7. Moto 1 was an eventful one and a weird one for sure. But you know, now we're off of that. Now we're moving on to Moto 2. Can move on to bigger and brighter things, and I am absolutely cheesing my OBS. Hold on, let me make sure it's not screwed. Or, I don't think it's screwed. I think we're good. Alright, so I'm just going to try to go through this gate order the best that I can. I feel like I'm going to throw up, dude. But we'll try to go through this. Oh, my body. Alright. Real deal on the far inside yet again. Elite. Uncle Blake. Detail. Opix. Roman. Who is that? Vulcan. Shift. Hunter. Turkey. Armada. Camby. Luke. Pancake. And wait a second. Oh, did I already say Camby? That's Camby, and that's Slaunch. That's right. Slaunch has orange in this race. Almost forgot. Oh, thanks for the lurk. Alright, so, everybody set up? Gate's gonna drop anytime soon here. And here we are off to the green, and Real Deal again with a really strong start, and this start's going to be even cheesier than the last one. You can definitely bet on that. Oh yeah, big collisions already in the back of the pack. Some of those drivers really getting held up, and look at Real Deal's lead already. Even better than his first Moto start. So again, I don't get why people allow that to happen. Like with his gate pick, there's no way he should have been allowed to take that gate, but nobody else picked it, and he took it, and it ended up working out 2 motos in a row. So I don't get the mindset there out of the other racers, but smart move, I suppose, by Real Deal, and just plenty of pileups. And he's actually lost his lead to Elite. Not quite sure what happened there, but it's not too far behind in second, but definitely a solid start for him yet again. I think he needs to get that consistency going in this moto if he wants to try to stay up to the top, because he definitely fell back quite a bit in the last one. Needs to try to keep it nice, smooth, and steady in this one. What is going on here throughout the pack? Nothing good, that's for sure. Whoa, okay, really close between Elite and Real Deal. Real Deal's going for the hard move. Oh, and he ends up spinning out. That is not good for him, because he's got some more drivers lurking behind him. Chokes that jump, and that is really going to hurt Vulcan and Detail as well. And that was a big mistake there out of Real Deal. That really hurt not only himself, but those drivers behind him really got affected by that. And he needs to not waste too much time trying to get back into that front spot. Oh, Elite with the spin out on the tabletop? What? It's not what you would expect. And then what is going on this moto? And that is really bad. A lot of people going down. And Real Deal ends up benefiting off of that. What the heck? He ends up getting his spot back. I have no idea how all of this occurred, but somehow Detail's in the lead and Real Deal's back in second. I have no idea what's going on. This moto is just cheese everywhere, bro. Cheese everywhere. Someone tell JC thanks. I can't frickin' plug in my keyboard because my port broke today, so I can't type in chat while I'm frickin' recording on Xbox. Ah! Alright. Let's get back up to the front. So it looks like it's still Detail in the lead. Real Deal second. Lots of people going down over here all around. And it's kind of pointless to just call out where people are at this point, because there's so much battling going on that it's all going to change lap by lap. Especially with all the cheesing that's going down. Roman with a really aggressive move right there. A lot of people casing that triple. Still the same top two, and then This is like everybody else back here. Oof. Oof. Who just wrecked like that? Was that Turkey? That was a bad one. Oh yeah, that front two is really far ahead. They've got a huge advantage at this point. Look at that gap they've got. That's gonna take some work out of the rest of the drivers to catch up. Okay, it's not that bad. That driver, I think that's Vulcan, is relatively close, but for everybody else, they've got a ways to go, and they still got to get ahead of the pack before they can even make real gains. So yeah, that gap's gonna be hard to reach for sure. Oh, look at all the sick battles here. Drivers duking it out left and right, all over the track. Hard to even follow all of them because there's so many. Oh, a driver off the track there. That was Vulcan. Oh, in detail, we just caught it with a mistake. That's going to give Real Deal a bit of an edge, and he's going to gain quite a bit on him. But at the same time, both of them just need to... If I was them, I wouldn't even battle too hard. I'd just be like, all right, let's get a consistent race, because look at this gap. Like, that's ridiculous. And I think they've got a good amount of time to go. So that is a factor for sure. But when you've got a gap like that, man, you might as well just try to race consistent, do safe lines. I mean, what the... What? What? What the hell? Hold on. I didn't see this during the race. Let me just check this real quick to make sure this is legit. Wait, why can't I go on Turkey? Oh my god, the film doesn't want me to review it, man. This happens sometimes. Some people it doesn't let me review. So yeah, like he's right there, but watch. Yeah, no Turkey. What the hell? Alright, let me just make sure this is legit. Because I didn't see this during the race. Or I didn't see this when I first reviewed this film. Alright, so it goes off right there. Who does he go off in front of? Okay. And then literally skips like all these sections, dude. There really is nowhere to get on. I suppose that was fair. It was kind of insane, but I suppose that was fair. As you can see, the leaders up here, 1 and 2, like I said, huge gap, and it's gonna take effort out of them to ruin that gap. The battle for third here, I believe this is between Roman and Pancake. Battle for third. Two teammates duking it out for that podium. Podium position. Going on like what, 28 hours awake right now? I can't help the yawn action. Man, a lot of drivers still jumping that section. I think the inside is like clearly better, but a lot of drivers still jumping it. Oh, I think that's where we hit the lag spike in this race as well. See a few drivers mess up at that time. Very unfortunate. Yeah, a lot of people not running the inside. Very odd. I'm fairly certain the inside was better, but whatever. Battle for third heating up. Roman with the least preferred line, I would argue. Oh, that was a little conky there out of Pancake. Not gonna lie, even on the teammate. That was a little conky. If I was Roman, I'd probably take him out in the next corner, but I don't think he's going to. I'd probably do what that driver just did. is like a top 5 battle here, pretty much. I think this is a battle for 5th here. Right now, Slaunch in the front of that 5th place battle. Oh, that's a good battle right there between Vulcan and Turkey, but Vulcan's going to eventually lose out of that one. How much time is left? Okay, so we're about 3 minutes left. Okay. So 3 minutes left, and Detail must have made mad mistakes. Oh my, real deal. That is something you cannot do. Detail must have made mad mistakes because he lost a ton of time on Real Deal, and now Real Deal makes a big mistake, and he's right back there. But again, look at Pancake in 3rd. Those two have a huge gap, and like I said before, it's going to take a lot of mistakes out of them for that gap to be lessened at that rate. Roman with a pretty solid 4th, Slaunch with a pretty solid 5th, and I think things are starting to stretch out a little bit for these top spots in this moto. I think things are starting to settle out. Even in these back spots with the lappers, not as much crazy pack action. I think people kind of by this second moto have settled into their groove, and you're seeing a lot less cheese for sure. Yeah, definitely a lot less cheese. So I think that's just, you know, people getting used to the track more. So, and you know, they've had plenty of time on it at this point. So going into Moto 2, in theory, Moto 2 should always be the cleanest race of the night. It never is, but in theory it should be, and it's looking a little bit better here. I wonder why Detail's not running that cut across the rut line. He could be gaining a ton of time there running it. It's probably because Real Deal screwed up so many times in front of him that he's afraid that it's going to happen, and like the one time it doesn't happen, you get the pass. Or the one time that it does happen, you'd get the pass. But they've got to floor it. Pancake's worked that gap down a bit, and he's only like a section ahead now, which is definitely workable considering there's like, I'm guessing probably a minute and a half left at this point. Let's check it. Yeah, about a minute and a half left at this point. So definitely going to have to kick it into gear around this time in the moto. See if there's any other interesting battles around the track. I mean, those three are kind of close, but at the same time kind of in their own realm. And these two are kind of close, but they're battling for like what, last? Pretty far back at least. I guess we'll just stay with the, oh, there it is, another mistake. And yeah, I think that's what Detail's strategy is that eventually Real Deal's going to cheese that and he's going to get by, because Real Deal's been making a ton of mistakes this night in general, and I think that's something that he needs to look at for the future Supercross races. Is that, like, he had amazing starts. He was easily not even close, not even bothering with the heats of the semis. I'm just talking about the motos because that's really what matters. Look at how much Pancake's cut that gap right there, quite a bit that time by. So again, they need to start flooring it. But yeah, I would say that's definitely something for him to take away. Like, if he could cut his mistakes in half, then this race wouldn't even be close at this point. So yeah, and a lot of these too have been him just running at the front by himself making mistakes. So you really got to cut down on those. When you're running at the front, there should be no by yourself. There should be no excuses at that point. You should just be running clean and mistake free. I mean, obviously you might have one, but if that happens, a lot of the time, oh, that was not white flag. Sorry, that was 2 to go. Man, Detail's he's gonna get passed if he doesn't start following Real Deal in that line. He's 100% gonna get passed. Pancake is there. And this is the battle for the overall. I believe if Real Deal takes this win, yeah, Detail's not really in the battle for the overall, so it's between Real Deal and Pancake, and pretty much whichever driver takes the win is going to take this overall. So Real Deal running into some lap traffic, not as bad as the lap traffic that Slaunch ran into last moto. That was pretty bad. So looks like he's able to handle it. Yep, I'm not sure. I think that was Opix doing a good job being a lapper there. Well, that was a little conky right there out of Pancake. A lot of conky passes, not gonna lie. If I was anyone else, I'd just put him in a tire. This is what you get when I have 28 hours of sleep. No filter, Luch. And that's white flag, by the way. So we're on the last lap here, and Real Deal trying to hold on to it. Pancake is right on his bumper, and this is clutch time for Real Deal. We've seen him lose several of these positions on the last lap in the past. Can he hold on to it this time? Knowing Real Deal, I think he's going to put him in a tire. Oh, here it is. Here's the opportunity, side by side. Oh, Real Deal, though, what was that whoop run? Real Deal with an amazing run through the whoops. I have no idea where that came from. Pulls the exact same risk that Slaunch did. Oh, and it kind of paid off because he did that risky move right in front of Pancake, and it screwed up Pancake right behind him. So that risky move didn't pay off, and because it didn't, it did, if that makes sense. That worked out for him. That was really odd. Real Deal takes the Moto 2 victory. Very, very close at the end. Pancake second and Detail third, and that's also going to give Real Deal his second overall of the season. Second overall in a row to start off the season as well. Just a really well-ran race there by him. And yeah, like I said, that was clutch time. You know, it's exactly what I said. It was going to be between those two drivers for the overall. It pretty much was going to come down to whoever won it, and Real Deal won it, so that was able to earn him that overall. So definitely a clutch performance there. And as you see the results, let me pull it up. Alright, so Moto 2 was Real Deal, Pancake, Detail, Roman, Slaunch, Turkey, Luke, Vulcan, Hunter, Blake, Elite, Armada, Shift, Optics, and Camby. Alright, let's go through the top, or let's just go through the overall finishers. Real Deal, and let's move on to the next film, because I think I might have time to do one more. Real Deal gets 31 points with the overall victory. Pancake with 30 and second overall. Slaunch with 26 and third overall. Roman with fourth overall, 25. Luke fifth overall with 24. And Detail sixth overall, 23. Then Turkey seventh overall with 18. Blake eighth overall, 17. Vulcan ninth with 15. Hunter 10th with 14. Camby 11th with 13. Armada in a tie with Shift for 12th. Takes that tiebreaker with 9. Shift takes 13th with 9. Elite 14th with 8. And Optics 15th with 6. So there's your results for Tysonburg. Congrats to Real Deal on just a really hot start to the season. And next we move on to our first rallycross of the season, which is going to be kind of a, it's going to be almost like a go-kart track. So this one should be really interesting and a lot of fun. So definitely looking forward to the next race. Ah, yet. Okay.